Hey there, today I'm going to show you how to draw Beast Boy. So we're going to start with the eyes. So here I'm going to have him looking over to the left. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with the tops. I'm going to do a slight curve, and I'm going to continue, but I'm going to leave this gap in the middle, and then continue that line over onto the other eye. Okay? And on the bottom here, I'm going to draw the bottom of the lid. So one small curve like this, up, and on the other side I'll do the same sort of thing. Okay, so leaving gaps in between. Go to the left eye here, and I'm going to draw a semi-half circle, and at the bottom I'll do a little highlight, and I'll color that eye in black, okay? I'll do the exact same thing on the other side. So a half circle, a highlight at the bottom, and then I'll color in that eye, just like so, okay? And in between the eyes, he's got two little nostrils, which kind of look like triangles, so I'll draw a little hash mark down first, and I'll point it out to make a little triangle like that, okay? Let's try it on the other side. So line straight down, and I'll point it kind of looking over to the right. Let's make this a little bit bigger here, okay? Let's go to the mouth. So he's got a big wide grin, so start from under this eye here. I'll do a straight line across to the bottom of that eye, okay? Now connect the 2 points with a semicircle like that, okay? And I'm going to expose one thing, so I'm going to draw a line across down like this. I'll go back up, I'll go across the middle of his mouth, and I'll come back up just like that, okay? And on the bottom, he's got a little fang like that, and a curve for his tongue, okay? Now I'm going to fill in the empty spots with black, in between the teeth and in between the tongue, okay? Just like so, all right? Let's go up to the eyebrows. So he's got a kind of a shifty look. So on this eye here, it's kind of raised up, so it's going to have an upward curve like this, okay? It'll be thicker in the middle, so let's go up with a straight line, and it'll go up on the side here with a shorter line, and we'll just connect the dots, or the points, with a thick line, and we'll just color that in black, okay? Just like so. And on this eye here, I'm going to do the opposite curve, so I'm going to curve up, so we'll start in the middle, and curve out to the outside of the eye. We'll draw a straight line up, and then we'll draw a straight line up on this side, but slightly shorter. And I'll connect that just like so. Okay? And let's color that in black. Okay? Now let's go to the side of the mouth, or side of the face. So up here, the side of the eyebrow, I'm going to put a point here. And I'll put a point on the other side as well, just about on here. And I'm going to curve down with a curved line on the side of the head. I'll do the exact same thing on the other side, but opposite. And I'll connect that with a curved line for his chin, just like so. Okay? Now let's go to the hair. So he's got a little bit of hair on the side, so I'm going to show a line like this that curves up, goes back in, okay? And it's going to curve over that eyebrow and point towards this eyebrow. I'm going to go back up, and then I'm going to come across past this hairline, okay? So that means I'm going to have to make this line a little bit longer, just like that. Okay, and underneath here, I'm going to draw a straight line down, out a little bit, and then curve into the side of the face, just for the side of this hair there. Okay, now for the side here, I'm going to come up a little bit more. I'm going to do a couple strands of hair, so line straight out, or curved out, back in. I'll do another point, out, back in, and then I'm going to switch direction. I'm going to go out this way, and back in. Okay, then from here, I'm going to swoop around to the front of his bang, so sort of like this. Okay, so a little bit of like a wave. Okay, I come in, I come out again, and then here I'm going to come in, and then this is where I'm going to connect the points, just like that. Now with the ears, on both sides, they're sort of just the mirror opposite of each other. So here I'm going to start with a curve out. Okay, and what I like to do is just kind of do that same thing on the other side first before I draw on the rest of the ears, just so I can balance it out. Okay, from here I'll come in, I'll go out a little bit, okay, then from here I'm just going to do a swoop up like a U shape. And from here in the inside of the ear, I'll come down, and I'll swoop that around and connect the bottom there, just like that. I'll do the exact same on the opposite side, so let's go down, go out, and we'll create that U shape at the bottom, okay. Then from here, sort of halfway between this point and the head, I come down with a line, and I'll swoop around and just connect at the bottom there. Okay? Now let's go to the neck. And he's got sort of like a collar like this. So we'll do like a half semicircle. Okay? And for the body, on either side, kind of come in a little bit. Do a curve out and then back in just a tad. And on the opposite side, I'm going to do an outward curve and back in. And then on the side, so he has a belt right around here. So I'm going to draw a circle in the middle, like that. And then for his belt, I'm going to do 2 straight lines in towards that circle, and I'll just close that off. I'll do the exact same thing on the opposite side here, 2 lines straight out, and I'll close that off. And in between, I'm just going to put a little separation line. Okay? And in the middle here, he's got like a detail. So he's got like a little bit of a separation that comes from the neck to that belt line, and from this neck to that belt line, like that. For the hands, okay, so arms, I'm going to put them straight out, or they're kind of aimed out. So let's start at the shoulder here. I'll draw a curve out like so. And from here, I'll do the same sort of thing, but I'm going to taper it out wider towards the wrist. And then I'll do a line across that sort of overlaps and just extends beyond that arm. I'll do 1 line out, and a slightly longer line on the bottom, and I'll curve that to finish that off. For the hand here, I'm going to start with the thumb, so I'll do a curve out, cap it off, curve it back in a little bit, and then I'll do a curved line in just for the meat of the hand. And then we'll curve out the finger. So here's the start of the palm. Curve down, straight line down, and I'll curve that back into the wrist. And then he's got 4 fingers, so I will do 3 curved lines. So that makes 4 fingers there, okay? Opposite side, so I'll do the exact same thing from the shoulder. I'll curve out. From here, from the armpit, I'll curve out, slightly thicker at the end. And for his wrist, 1 line, 2 lines, so it's tapered at the bottom, or at the top, and gets a little bit thicker at the bottom. So I'll finish that off like that. For his thumb, I'll come out with a line, tip of his thumb, come back in a little bit, and then I'll do a curve towards his wrist, just like that. And then for the hand, again, I'm going to do the same sort of thing. So two lines curve that fan out, curve that off, and I'll draw 3 lines to create 4 fingers. Okay? And let's go down to the legs. This is the final part. So let's come down with a straight line, straight down. Come in a little bit, but I'm going to taper this out so it gets a little bit thicker at the bottom here. Okay, so if you imagine this sort of pear-shaped body coming in, continuing on to the next leg, and I'm going to kick this leg out just like that. So straight, long line. And here I'll taper out a little bit, but I'm going to stop just before I get to the end. Okay. So for this foot, I'm going to draw the tongue of his shoe. So draw a big curve in front just to finish that off there. 2 diagonal lines coming in. Okay. And I'll draw a half circle through that, just like that. Okay. So this is the front of his toe. And we'll do a straight line across. Okay. And then here, I'm going to just do a little bit of a detail. So 2 lines in, curve, just like that. Okay? And for the other foot here, I'm going to curve the bottom of this foot. I'll come up, right? I'll draw a bit of a tongue, so 1 straight line out. Curve that back in. So this is actually what we're seeing here. Come back in like that. And then finish off the shoe, just like so. I'll do a line out like this, line out like this. So this part here is what we're seeing here. Finish that off like that. I'll do a thin line along the bottom for his sole. And I'll cap that off like so. And here he's got a little separation from the pink bodysuit to the black legs. And this is where I'm going to color in the arms, the sides of his chest, and his legs. And that is that. So there you go. There is Beast Boy. Thanks for watching.